Welcome to Perth Supernova, and we have a massive first matchup here today.
Reigning champions Team Immunity were looking to make a statement in their semi-final against Team Envy. Spooks was on point early as he helped Swiper snowball a lead in the top lane.
I am striking first, fantastic.
Is he gonna have to give double kill for Spooks?
It felt like the story we had all heard before, with IM's strong laning phase putting them in a position to win, until Mattress decided to do something about it.
Come through. It's actually gonna be stolen by Mattress of all people. BMA is gonna pay for that one with his life.
But in the end, Immunity's team fighting was just too strong, and the champs clinched Game 1. Envy focused on killing Radier early on and managed to open up a small lead. The boys in red pressed that advantage by charging them, but Immunity were waiting.
Not gonna come through, and Radier's gonna pick up the...
That single mistake put Immunity back in control, and the champs were all business as they melted faces at Baron and closed out the game. The juicy jungle matchup of Avantgarde Ascension's Carbon and Curse's Chelby did not disappoint.
Straight away, the flash from Choo Choo's. Is he going to be able to pick up this kill? Nice command protect and the dissonance for them.
Carbon got his lane snowballing with some fancy flag work.
Think if they stick around, Aries in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, flag and drag coming through does actually land the grasping roots. There's the flash after the cataclysm. Beautiful spike.
Curse put up a valiant fight in the mid game, but AVA were mechanical in closing out Game 1. Game 2 saw a determined Curse come storming out of the gates. They were strong in lane and put on a demolition show at Dragon.
This is a whitewash. Aries being chased, but Mickey's now the focus. Curse are turning around this team by double kill for Chelby.
Curse looked like they would run away with it, turning to fight Avantgarde Ascension every time they showed themselves and putting up a huge gold lead. But AVA would not say die. They drew a line behind their dead inhibitor and refused to yield any more ground. With everyone close to full build, both teams went for the jugular, but AVA would not be denied. Minky Whale's Trundle shoved Curse aside and cleared a path for AVA to pour into the base and complete the epic comeback.
Does get caught up there a little bit, slowed down to high heaven by that. Welcome everyone to the Oceanic League of Legends Winter Grand Final here at Supernova Perth. It's going to be a Team Immunity taking on Avantgarde Ascension, and this is the big one.
AVA came into the game with a plan, picking Cassidon and Jax and playing for the late game. Immunity responded with a roaming death squad of Rosie, Radier and Spooks to take an early lead. In typical IM style, this started the snowball, only this time, Avantgarde Ascension were ready for it. Turning a teamfight around and taking a lead they would never relinquish, AVA stunned their opponents and took Game 1.
Nice on his hourglass, gonna save Choo Choo's.
Game 2 was the Swiper show. Having been upstaged by Minky Whale in Game 1, he came out swinging in the second round. With a punishing laning phase to get him going, Swiper dunked AVA time and time again to put IM ahead. Immunity were all business from there. They took a lead they would never relinquish, and it seemed like IM were back. Game 3 was vintage Immunity. With their confidence up, they jumped into an early lead and their team fighting prowess was on full display.
Does get slowed down to that minefield.
AVA tried to find an opening, but Immunity were having none of it. With a massive lead, IM didn't let it go to late game and took a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 featured the wrath of Choo Choo's. Having been overlooked as one of the top mid laners for a long time, he decided to unleash his Zed. With amazing double shadows and the ability to eviscerate his victims at will, Avant had gotten their bite back. Immunity tried to rally, but AVA closed ranks and shut the door. They used their huge lead to close it out and level the series. With everything on the line, both teams went to comfort champions. This game would decide who was going to Germany and who was going home. Immunity opened with their trademark rotations, but AVA answered. Every invade was countered and neither team could get a lead early. But then, the dream suddenly seemed real.
He uses the heal. There's the shockwave under Radier as well. Force a flash.
Immunity fell back and tried to fortify, but AVA had tasted blood, and one by one they fell.
It's actually Carbon already taking down Spooks. Rosie now in so much trouble. Mickey is a huge...
Despite a valiant last stand, the Nexus fell and AVA were crowned the champions. Clinching victory in this epic 5-game series at Supernova Perth, Avantgarde Ascension will go on to represent the Oceanic region at the Wildcard Tournament in Cologne, Germany. Can they ascend to glory on the international stage and pave their way to the World Championship in Korea?